Welcome back to Games Revealed. I'm James and also Brink, and we are one community today. We're starting a little early, so we're going to let people mosey on over to the stream. But in the meantime, we can say hi to people and kind of go over the agenda for today. Not too crazy of agenda, but it's going to still be pretty good. BT Maverick, welcome. We'll see. Once again, I got caught up in doing some work and research and did not schedule the stream until last minute. So I don't think as many people are going to be notified of it. So we're going to need to give it a few more minutes for people to come in. But I have Rachie, welcome. The Palworld agenda. Yes. We have Steam. Oh, no, not Steam. We're going to go over Palworld. A few things, my thoughts on it, what you guys think of it. And also, I have some other stuff like AI in video games. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is making a really weird, and I might have mentioned this last week, I can't remember, but making the mistake of putting a paywall up for the I think New Game Plus is what it is. One of the modes or something like that. I believe it's New Game Plus though, which is just bizarre. Or is it the higher difficulty? I know some games have done that before. It's just really weird that they're doing that. And then we have the ONEXPLAYER X1, which we're going to talk about the price and kind of how it's going and kind of how ONEXPLAYER the company is doing. Yeah, and then we'll go over maybe some other things for the rest of the time, depending on how much time we have. So, yeah, let's, we still have a few more minutes. Oh, no, we don't. It's 8 o'clock. Let's see. Yeah, I wish there. Okay. So, let's do this. Let's go on over to Twitter and to, show you what we're talking about, because this is a guided tour of news and stuff. Welcome. I've already welcomed BT Maverick. Welcome. Rachie, welcome. Anyone else that wants to chime on in, this is a Let's Chat, so I'm always happy to have you guys chatting at me and what your opinion is while we go through all this news. If you don't give me your opinion, then you're going to hear more of my opinion. Okay. Until Dawn, why is that trending? Ooh, there's a couple of things trending. Now I'm curious. Abby. Oh, they also Abby. They picked the who Abby's going to be played as, the actress for the second season of Last of Us. Welcome, Foombooter. Okay, so Palworld. And this is as of 20 hours ago, I believe. It's about 20 hours old. Palworld has sold 7 million copies in 5 days on Steam alone, and has been confirmed with Pocket Pair. This is a Steam-only number, not including Xbox sales or Game Pass. That translates to approximately 189 million USD in Steam sales in 5 days, which is bizarre. Necrosphere, welcome. This game is fun. I honestly think there's a couple of reasons for its success. I think it's a lower entry price. If it was $60, I don't think we'd be talking about this as much, in the sense of, I just don't think there would be as much, as many people buying it. I think the entry level of, what is it again? $26.99 if you're getting it on Steam, or just through Game Pass, which is funny because this is 7 million people bought it on Steam, and there's still a ton of people that are using it on Game Pass or trying it on Game Pass. There's a bunch of people that bought it on Xbox, and it is Xbox and PC exclusive, by the way. And it is a fun game. It is really fun, but I've played a lot of other games that I think deserve this success more, but I'm not one to say that. People are. BT Maverick, what up? I'm getting my 2-mile jog in. Thank you for the entertainment. Oh, hey, get that jog in, BT Maverick. I already did my whatever it was. 20s. I did like 21 minutes of hit today on my elliptical. Raichi, was PUBG a cheap game too? PUBG was, I think, $19, $20. That is pub. I don't think it's gone down in price. PUBG. I don't know what I just wrote there, but it's not got very good ratings. It goes up and down. Oh, it's free to play. I think it wasn't free to play when it first came out, though. Okay, yeah. It cost $29.99. Okay. So they went to, I'm sure, a model of buying skins and all that, but it was started out $29.99, which is the same price as Palworld, but because it's early access, you get 10% off. That's how they kind of do this type of thing. And honestly, this is the most successful early access I've seen. And playing it, I'm surprised it was early access and didn't just come out saying, hey, this is Palworld, and then we're going to have a Palworld expansions and stuff like that. Because honestly, it's well done enough. It doesn't feel too much like an early access game. But I can see why they also called it an early access game. Cascoder, welcome. Andre, dude, I need to get your guys' membership stuff out. I am going to be recording podcasts again as I get back into things. I do have a podcast, and I have a couple of members-only podcasts episodes that I need to get released, and so expect that in the near future as I have been ramping up on creating content. Wolf just finished her cardio. Nice. But yeah, damn, Andre, member for 12 months. I did not realize I released 12 months ago the membership program on YouTube. That is crazy. That is so crazy. That's so cool. Okay, sorry. Just, wow, a year went by really fast. And just reminds me that I have so much stuff to get done. Okay, so 7 million copies is nuts, and this does not account for Xbox. I wonder how many, do we know how many Palworld Xbox sells? Let's see. Roadmap revealed. I think that's I don't think that's Xbox. I don't know if we're going to get Xbox sales. Okay, Xbox Game Pass latest arrival, Palworld, has taken the world by storm with its Pokemon with guns. Let's see, 5 million copies already being sold, but that's not saying what systems it's on. Oh yeah, and then they have an early access, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Okay, first up, who here has played or heard of Palworld? I'm sure most of you have heard of it by now or have played it. I know Cascoder was a huge proponent of it, like a week or two ago. It's still one of those games where it's not going to be my top game of the year, but I'm really having fun with it. It's a fun game to just jump into and lose time in. And I lost a lot of time the other day and burned down my. If you watched me on Twitch Monday, I spent 3 hours building up my base and everything like that. High level Pokemon came in. I wanted to try to capture it just to see if I could. Started attacking it. It attacked me, and then other things attacked, and then it did this smash right before I could throw a Pokeball at it before it died, because when I was dead, they're not Pokemon, but I call them Pokemon. Sorry, my pals burn down half my base. Like, I'm assuming one of the fire ones launched something at this creature and just burned down the whole thing. So, yeah, 3 hours worth went up in smoke, including all the pals' beds, and pretty much knocked them all out. But we got it. We killed it, even though I wanted to capture it. Okay, what's up, Chad? Cat, maybe baby? Or Chad, baby, and maybe cat. see here. Andre, the game seems like fun, sort of Pokemon meets Valheim. Yes. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it's very much like Pokemon meets Valheim or Rust or Ark. It's honestly, it's a very chill game and very fun. We're going to get a server up, which I was going to do yesterday, but got distracted. But I thought about it. That's what counts. Oh yeah, Wolf. 2 years since first live coming up. That's in a couple, that's in like 2 months though. BT Maverick. Nice, Wolf. This way I don't feel as guilty when I game. That is the way to do it, BT Maverick. Cascutter numbers are confirmed to be without Xbox sells Game Pass subscribers. Yes. And it says right here that that it's not those. So we could probably safely say that it's probably it's probably made at least $300 to $400 million, which is just a crazy amount. They put about $6 to $7 million into this, is what I've heard. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see here. Necrosphere, yes, Necrosphere, as he's the one that talked me into getting it. I was gonna wait, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it and play it Sunday, and so I did. I played it last Sunday. So yeah. Maybe Palworld game session on Saturday. Yeah, I won't be able to do it Saturday, but maybe Sunday. Saturday, I have plans that I cannot negotiate out of on those. I've already committed to someone else. Cascoder, 189 million was the estimate I saw. It's right here. I went over it already, Cascoder. Where have you been? Chad, the fam's doing good. We're all doing good here, I'm assuming. Okay. Now that we kind of got into this, Palworld is got very positive reviews. It's got like I think averages from Google looking at the Steam is like a 9 out of 10 according to the popping my neck. But it's also very I think because it rose so fast, and it kind of is similar to a very Pokemon, let's say, the universe. You're going to get a lot of haters, especially Pokemon Nintendo. Some of those Ultra fans are very aggressive, so I'm not surprised that we saw such an aggressive attack from them. So it's cutesy game with guns, but then so is Pokemon, but they're super aggressive, so it's weird. And of course, everyone makes fun of it. I've even made fun of it a little bit in the title of the stream. But yes, the top one that you can see here review-wise, I don't know if it's the top one, it's just the top of the list, is never thought slavery would be so fun. It's not any different than Pokemon. If you enjoy Pokemon, it's very similar, except for you kind of convince your pals to build your base, pretty much work for you while you're gone, but they get fed. So can it be called any? Doesn't help that it's not a berry farm that you plant, it's a berry plantation. I don't think that was a great word to use for it, but it is what it is. Like, it's correct, I guess. I don't know if berries are plantations, but I don't know what constitutes a plantation, but interesting wording on that when there's other things associated with stuff on here. Coolster's falling asleep. So let's see here. What Palworld showed me is nobody cares about Temtem. Who's Temtem? Oh, and it is also like it's a Japanese developer, right? And an interesting thing about this is that they were looking for developers, or at least a developer, and they couldn't find very many people that knew how to do first person or like action, I guess. It's not really first person, but like do this type of games over in Japan. And it took them a while. I don't know if that's because they're being cheap though, but that's just an article I saw. I can't try, but okay. Sounds good, Nick. Let's see. Cascutter is you're playing Palworld right now. Audio only. No, you're good. You're good. Um, America demands you give the monkey a gun in Palworld. America demands you give the monkey a pal. Wow, Jason, is that like it? I'm assuming that's just a joke. T Swizzle said, haters gonna hate, shake it off, shake it off. Yeah, right, Nick. I love Pokemon and I've played for years, but I'm not offended. I actually like the idea. Yeah, no, most people are just fine with the idea. So I don't think we're gonna run into too many issues. It's just it's hilarious that people are upset about it. Temtem is a Pokemon MMO clone. Here's the thing. I did not grow up playing Pokemon. I had friends that played Pokemon. I didn't have a Game Boy. I had a Game Gear. I had friends that had systems that I could play a little bit of Pokemon, so I kind of enjoyed it. But I didn't grow up doing much Pokemon. I grew up playing games like Half-Life on the computer, and then Pogs, I guess, when I outside. But far more of a literal Pokemon game Temtem is. Okay. Yem Yem is also a Pokemon lookalike. Temtem, sorry. Gonna lie, it would be cool for all of us running around the same server. Yeah, Chad, I think that's the plan, is that we're going to be getting a server. In Palworld, the monkey can carry a gun. I think they all can, like a bunch of them can carry the guns, can't they? Or is it just the monkey? Is that even a monkey? Oh, is it just that can? Okay, I don't know. I just know that there's guns in it, and certain pals can carry them. Yeah. So Palworld is, and a lot of the server, a lot of the community, the Games Revealed community really likes survival games. I do too. We started our first, I think, gaming sessions playing 7 Days to Die, and it kind of stemmed from that. And like, we play a lot of survival games. So this is a fun foray for us as a community to get into it. And so, yeah, join our Discord if you're new. You can always join us for playing Palworld in the future. Closer, I tried it. I don't see what all the hype is about, but I didn't understand Minecraft either, or Pokemon. You'd think it would appeal to me. Here's the thing. Palworld is new, shiny. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it much when I played it. I liked it. I haven't been addicted to go back. I stream it. I haven't played it since streaming. I honestly want to go and finish Control. But I understand the appeal of it, and especially if you enjoy Pokemon-like games, or games like Harvest Moon is a great example. I see Harvest Moon in this mixed in with Base Builder, mixed in with Pokemon. And it's actually kind of like the way they programmed it's fun, but definitely when you look down into it, like, parts of it feel polished enough for what it is. And then other parts are like, when there's wind, you can hear the wind rustling really bad, like nothing, no trees moving or anything like that, which is actually fairly easy to implement. So that's always interesting to see. And then Chad's going to start his gauntlet for his outfit, for his cosplay, which is awesome. Jason, Palworld would actually be pretty cool in VR. Actually, I agree with that. Throwing a Pokeball at or whatever, I don't even know what they're called. I just call them Pokeballs, obviously. At creatures would be awesome. I had fun playing Palworld without friends. But because I've played 7 Days to Die and a bunch of games like that, I could definitely see the appeal, Necrosphere, of playing Palworld with friends. Palworld drama explained why Pokemon fans are fuming at overnight sensation. A part of it is because there was a rumor going on around on Twitter, and Twitter, man, it creates all the rumors, I swear, that Palworld is using generative AI, which they're essentially taking Pokemon and then generating iterations off of it. So, yeah. But supposedly, and I'm going to believe it, that it's not doing that. I think the designs are unique enough. What people don't understand is that almost every aspect of our art, of our culture, has iterations. People don't understand that sometimes. Sometimes people do, but there's a lot of games that look similar to other ones in a lot of ways, but still differ enough to where it's not like it's a carbon copy. I'm sure a lot of people are like, Palworld is just it's just Pokemon, but different. And it's just Pokemon's never came out with a game quite like this. And it's not like they'd use guns and some of the other items they use in this, including base building. So I would have to say we would have never got anything from the Pokemon people like this. And on top of that, it's cutesy animals that are made up. If you're going to go that route, it's going to be like Pokemon in some form or fashion. So I don't know how else you can defend it or and stuff like that. Necrosphere it's fake news. Yeah, this, I guess so. Jason, the CEO of the company that made Palworld, came out and said they used AI art, so Nintendo can't sue. Came out and said okay, so they did use it. Interesting. So I'm just behind on all this news. Chad, if you can afford this week, that would be dope. Missing. Pokemon copied Dragon Quest, and who copied who? Yeah, I guess kind of. I'd definitely say that's a deviation, but yeah, no. There's parts of Dragon Quest that totally art style. You can enslave humans, Reichi, 11 out of 10. Jeez, Reichi. You can enslave about anything in this, and I will be kinder. You want them to work for the greater good. You're creating a cult, and we all work to eat. No, I doubt you would ever see Pokemon sheeps with machine guns. Exactly. Cascader, that is not what the CEO said. That's for another game they made, not Palworld. Oh, yeah. So I know what you're talking about now. I was going to say, I don't remember the CEO saying, I've looked into this, the generative AI. I didn't think they did it. It definitely, like, my investigation didn't, it showed that it's not true, but so the developer or the publisher / developer, the company before this have delved into generative AI and I believe blockchain stuff in games and all that. So there's a lot of, when you're looking at the drama in all this, there's a lot of worry that like the past developers' mistakes might leak into this one. And so like, is it going to be abandonware? Is it going to use generative AI, or did it use generative AI, which I honestly don't care to a point. I don't think it's smart at this point to use too much AI assisted in development of this type of stuff, like generated models and all that, until we have good rules underway and we don't kill off a whole industry of game art developers. But Jason, if you look at I say JSON because that's my programming brain. Jason, if you look at the Google, or if you look Google News, there's a lot of stuff about I'll have to look into that later. I'm not prepared to dive down into that right now. I just know I looked into it, but to be fair, it wasn't that long ago. That sucks, Chad, about the specialist being 3 hours away. Oof. Let's see here. The CEO at one point, is an unrelated interview, said he was interested in what AI can do, not that they would use it to make Palworld. They could have used, they could have, but yeah. Quiltzer, a robot, Dream L20 Ultra, named her Meland. It's a truly marvelous machine. My new floors are shiny. Dude, those robots are really awesome. I like the vacuum robots and the mop robots. Yeah, Pokemon, Digimon, Tamagotchi. No, there's iterative designs off of stuff. People need to understand that. I think Palworld and people looking into it, I'm sure Nintendo is trying to find a way to sue Palworld. Guaranteed, Nintendo and the Pokemon company. are trying to find a way to sue them, but different genre. I think it's different enough. I think they're going to be trying to push something because they can. That we live in a sue everyone kind of world. I'm glad to hear that baby's doing fine, Chad. That's really good to hear. Cascoder, if I were Nintendo, I'd rather be trying to get these devs switched to the dev kit. Agreed. But Nintendo does really weird things. So I wouldn't expect them to, like, they charge more than they should, and they lose fans from it. And they just, like, they love money so much, but then they do some player buyer stuff, and so it's just weird. We'll see what Nintendo does. Jason, that is all we are waiting for is legal news from Nintendo on Google's news update each day on Palworld. Well, if Pokemon would make a MMORPG, nobody would be mad. Yeah, but that's an MMORPG. That's a little different. I would say whatever Pokemon comes out with, it wouldn't be like this. It's not going to have the guns. It's not going to have the base building in it. And the big part of this is just harvesting resources, building resources to upgrade your person, to get better items, and so you can explore the world further and do it with friends. Like it's different. I just don't think Pokemon would have ever come out with anything like this. Next year, cassette beats is really great. Totally worth a try for Pokemon lovers. I'm done with Nintendo, but we'll see. NS2 looks like, though. The Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo ninjas are all around the world ready for Order 66, right, Raichi? Oh, I'm glad to hear, Chad, that she's okay, though. Oh, cassette is on Game Pass. I'll have to give that a try, too. Rachel, you better get to that before Persona 3 gets there, because that's going to be, what, a 100-hour game? 80-hour game? Okay, so. Yeah, let's look at this, actually. I'm kind of curious. X-Men. It can be so slow sometimes. Okay. Yeah, you got some similar. Like, I think this is just to compare Pokemon, but like, it's not enough. Like some people really try hard on comparing them. Like, it's not close enough. I mean, they could go be like, well, okay, we want some similar. Like some of these, I guess, are a little similar. But once again, this is not a flame tail or anything. It's just a flame on top, and that's it. But maybe. Some things are very similar. Some things are very not similar. Okay. Have you guys seen this? I'm sure you have. We're not going to. I just want to show this. The mod. This is the Pokemon mod for Palworld. Pokemon. Okay, so. Yeah, Nintendo's, I believe it's Nintendo or Pokemon has already sent us, yeah, they essentially already sent them a letter to stop with distributing the game and take it down and all that. But yeah, it's, oh my God. It's so crazy. I mean, to be fair, you throw a Pokemon mod onto there, it definitely looks like you're like, okay, yeah, that's a Pokemon RPG. It's just the problem is you can fight, you can shoot. It's just from like looking at it like this, I could see why people are upset, but get beyond this, it's different. But I could see from a yeah. High Tech Low Life, welcome. Nintendo has come for me. Famous last words. High tech, low life. Has Nintendo come for you? I know you do some emulation stuff, or are you just quoting the one dude that did the mods? Because he did mention that Nintendo's coming for me. In fact, let's see. I thought I had it. Maybe I expected it to be in here. Oh well. Yeah, but oh yeah. This is Palworld is already on. Full video on my YouTube tomorrow. Yeah, and it's been taken down. Oh yeah, Nintendo's come for me. Please leave me in your thoughts and prayers. Dude, and it's no joke. When Nintendo comes for you, it can be very, very bad. I think he might get a slap on the wrist, though. We'll see. Welcome, Lomki. Welcome, Spencer Knight. Necrosphere. I exclusively play my games on Steam Deck. It's my gaming PC and runs well. And you say this game runs well except for the keyboard, correct, Necrosphere? I have it downloaded on my Steam Deck, but I've only been streaming it, so I don't stream on my Steam Deck right now. High Tech Low Life, Nintendo has not come for me, but it came for him. Yes, it did. Yeah, I know that people that do emulator stuff and all that, like YouTubes, they're skirting the Nintendo issues. I'm just not brave enough, and honestly, doing those types of tutorials are very frustrating. Even for me to get, like, I have Switch emulators and everything on my device, but like the amount of games that don't work on very well on the Steam Deck, like Luigi's Mansion, whatever the newest one that's on Switch, doesn't run very well on the Steam Deck. Other games run fine as long as you disable or as long as you have or disable. I guess it depends on the OLED. I haven't tried it on the OLED in a while. The refresh rate. If you don't have it set right, and this is an old problem because they set the FPS according to the CPU clock. No, it can be the CPU clock and all that, but it's expecting 60 frames, I believe, or 30. And if you don't do that, it slows the game down or speeds it up, which is so weird. Yeah, that's why there's so many edge cases, and the amount of already like questions that I get asked, stuff that perpetuates through some of my other tutorials, it just is really frustrating. I should do some more tutorials though. People should be more upset with Nintendo not making a better game, not running at 10 to 30 frames per second. Yeah, agreed, Lumkey. High Tech Low Life. I mean, using your full legal muscle is also expensive too, so a DMCA is probably enough for them. Yeah, well, it depends. They like to make examples every once in a while. We've seen people that have really done some like damage to Nintendo get sued hard, like hard. Andre, I mean, they're kind of like Disneyland. Okay, Andre, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, have a good one. Bobby, Palworld keeps crashing on Steam Deck a lot. Does it? Palworld, it's Epic Games, right? Or not Epic or Unreal. Palworld. It's Unreal 5. So yeah, they must have started development. Because I couldn't imagine them porting this type of game. I could see this game being like a two year investment. It hasn't crashed for me, but it does lag a bit when you're at a base. I could see certain things lagging the Steam Deck down on it. Why do you think it lags High Tech Low Life? Is it a RAM issue or is it a other type of issue? A rendering issue, I should say. Because I could see RAM being maybe a part of the problem, but I don't know. It's also a very simple game. I don't know if the textures are too complex. Jason, by the way, Nintendo might have been caught off guard on Palworld. The Mig Switch issue is taking a lot of the legal news. Oh, that's right. The Mig Switch, if you don't know what that is this little thing. Okay, the Mig Switch is a third-party backup and development device for Nintendo Switch, not endorsed nor licensed by Nintendo of Japan. Before ordering or using the Mig Switch, you must carefully document yourself about the legality of creating backups of your own game cartridges in the country. Yeah, so it's a whole new process. Okay, I understand. It's a whole new process. I talk about not doing emulation and all that, but like there's a whole new process of backing up your games on Switch and using them. And it's just a little, I believe, it's not an SD card, is it? I believe it's, let's see, the product. Yeah, it's a Switch cartridge. So, which is crazy that this is even out. I'm curious how long this is going to be out for. It uses a micro SD right here, but this portion is a Switch. It is let's see, and you use your Pokemon to automate tasks. Yes, you do. High tech. I suspect it's RAM. Yeah, I could see that too, but it's so simple at times. I just know that RAM's a major issue on the Steam Deck and all these devices coming out. It needs to be 32 gigs. Nick, I do run CryoBites utilities, and I have my RAM set to 4 gigs. Yeah. So the micro SD is right here, and then the Mig Switch itself is a Nintendo cartridge. Okay. Yes, Necrosphere, yeah. I don't think you'd be able to get away with setting the system RAM to 4 gigs. Okay. So, that's the Mig Switch. And if you don't know about it's pretty awesome. I have to use an old method that's kind of annoying. Epic Games engine is very heavy engine to start with. It is, but I think the baseline is going to be, once our hardware catches up to it, it won't be as bad. We got to give it some time for our hardware to catch up. And I think the baseline is going to be really nice with the Unreal Engine 5. Like it's an amazing engine. High tech, low life. Palworld's always generated some level of buzz whenever a trailer released, and the first trailer came out like 3 years ago. Yeah. The Palworld was always one that was interesting to me, but I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan, so I don't mind Pokemon. Just I have other things I like a lot more. So I wasn't on my radar. I saw it. I'm like, yeah, this might be good, but it might be just a clone and really poorly done. I'm glad it came out and it's been good. As far as the roadmap, though, they're going to be addressing over the next little while, addressing critical issues. Currently, numerous bugs have been identified, and we are prioritizing fixing those. Yes, there's a lot of bugs, actually. Creatures get stuck. Things like the dead bodies just move on its own all the time. Sometimes the world date may experience rollbacks. That's a bad bug. That's a really bad bug. The loading screen may persist when trying to load into worlds and so on. Yeah, those are two really nasty bugs they're gonna have to fix. Honestly, I bet you I could find those bugs. I'm a bug master. Exterminator, that is. A bug exterminator master. They want key configurations improvements to base PAL AI and pathing. That could do with, I haven't noticed the pathing being too bad compared to other games. But I expect them to be working on these two for a little while. But yeah, Steam Xbox crossplay, that'd be really awesome. They also have improvements to the building system, new islands, pals, bot. I think they want to support this for years to come, I'm sure, because it's a they're going to cash cow it. Meaning they're probably going to plateau at like 10, 15, maybe 20 million for a while, like purchases, and then they're going to cash cow the hell out of this for the next who knows how long. If they were smart. Like incrementally come out with new content, support it kind of like a Minecraft thing, and they'll be rolling in the dough. High tech, low life, and Nintendo's legal team is quite fast. Oh yes, they are very fast. They're like Disney. They're going to get things done. Rachie, I hate the game doesn't support FSR right now. I use lossless upscaling. Oof, yeah, FSR is such a win for the Steam Deck. It's crazy for portable gaming. Period, and that needs to be the tech that we focus on more and more. High tech. Well, I mean, it's always generated buzz because it was a Pokemon with guns. True. True. I was just a little worried personally that it wasn't going to be very good. And they surprised me. It's where it works. It's polished well enough to where it works how I would want it to. Yes, let's make sure to bash that. Yes, all the stuff. Like it. Like, subscribe, bash that bell with your crowbar. Thank you, Necrosphere. Funny part, it does not support Frame Engine yet. The engine supports it, or FSR, unless you mod it. Yeah, Unreal Engine, from my understanding, getting FSR into the Unreal Engine would be really easy. It's just, you can tell that the game in certain parts was kind of rushed, even though for what it is and how it came out is not bad. I will have to say, but I'm sure FSR and some other things were niceties on their plate. I do think they plan on supporting portable devices, though, if I read correctly. High Tech Low Life, I just want to see it beat PUBG's record. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. I know they're very close to winning or beating it, that is. Cascoder, if you kick someone from your guild while they're offline, they can never rejoin the server unless you rewrite 20,000 lines of code. It will also delete that player's progress in the server. If you kick someone from your guild while they're offline, but your guild is on that server, and the server's going to only hold up to 32 people, right? It's not like this is an MMO, correct? So that's a really weird bug. And I don't feel like it would be a very prevalent, like people wouldn't run into that bug very often. Necrosphere, have you heard about the FSR3 mod? It works on Steam Deck too. Yes, I've heard and seen people play it, and it didn't look like it worked 100% on the Steam Deck. I have been starting to play with FSR mods, or FSR3, that is, on the, I was going to say Legion Go. I don't have the Legion Go anymore. On the Ally, the ROG Ally. Nerdified, have you heard of the controllers for the Switch? The MOBA M6 HD is what we have been waiting for the HD Rumble. Ooh, I have not heard of it. Let's see what this is, Nerdified. They look pretty sick, actually. I'm not a big white controller fan, but these look really nice. Full joysticks, it looks like. D-pad looks like a nice D-pad. Yeah, no, $79, not too bad either. The only problem with these is that it's a little harder to, and maybe even you can't even take it off and use it. The nice thing about Switch controllers is you can, when you're doing parties, like I have kids and stuff, like you take and get a couple controllers and you can play a lot of games just with a half a controller or just one part of the controller. It's the only downside of these, but I have a set that's kind of like this, but these look nice. And with the vibration and everything, thanks for the call out, Nerdified. High Tech Low Life, there is an FSR3 mod, but it's a Pure Darks mods, and as such paywalled. Yeah, there's a couple of paywalled FSR and whatnot mods, but I didn't know that one was paywalled. Interesting. Honestly, okay, yeah, High Tech Low Life, it supposedly replaces DLSS. Is that the one that's like Starfield you can do with Starfield? I don't mind if people want to charge for it. I'm just not going to buy it. If it's like $5, whatever. But it is interesting that they did do a paywall on that. Have you tried lossless upskilling on Steam? I have not, Raichi, I don't think. Cool, sir. What happened to that game with the ghost wife in the cabin? It was an upcoming title we watched a preview of last year. That's my most excited game for just to talk about. Where did I put that? I believe you're talking about Banisher's Ghosts of New Eden. And this is the game I'm most excited for. It comes out on the 13th of February, so next month. While we're here, we can talk about some other games that are coming out. I don't know if you guys are excited for February. We can still talk about Palworld too while we're getting through this. But yeah, Persona 3 Reload's coming. I have not beat Persona 3, so I'm tempted to get that. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League has been raving reviews. People are loving it. It's got 1s out of 10s. Nerdified, you can remove the controllers and use them like Joy-Cons. Yeah, I'm assuming you can, but they just won't be as, even though they're more comfortable in a traditional controller style, they're not going to be as comfortable in Joy-Con style of use. BT Maverick, we'll start seeing a trend of these poke light knockoff games. I'm sure Epic is eyeing this right now. Epic is getting a chunk of this right now. They're getting 5%, 10% of the revenue right now with since the game's built on Unreal Engine. And I even have an article that's going to talk about that a little bit. High Tech Low Life Starfield was the other way around, supports FSR out of the box, but is the DLSS mod. That's right, High Tech. Okay, thank you. Dude, you're so much more knowledgeable than me on some of these things. That, and I also just don't remember stuff like that as well. BT Maverick Starfield has DLSS, and runs a great, super crispy. Yeah, super crispy. Yeah, I don't think Sucker for Love's on here. It's not. Sucker for Love comes out February 14th, which is when I'm going to be playing. Watch me stream it. Pacific Drive, February 22nd. Yep. And that's another one I'm really excited for. This is not a complete list, but it's a list that I thought was kind of cool. I was like, oh no, it's right here. Never mind. It's a PC PS5 exclusive. You know what? As a freaking PC gamer, we win. Can I just say that? Like, PC gamers win. I do wish, instead of saying PC, it would say what platform on the PC it was coming out for now. Make the Steam Deck a little easier to gauge whether or not it's going to work better, or like well enough on the Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Held. I mean, these are all. This is going to be a very heavy month. Skull and Bones has been in works for like 10 years, something like that. That's finally coming out, supposedly. We'll see. Sons of the Force is going to get an official release date from a year. I guess that's about a year from its release into early access. So I think we beat it, but maybe we'll have to visit that again, Wolf. I don't think Pacific Drive is going to be multiplayer, but yeah, Sons of the Force would be good. What game are you guys most excited for? I think I already asked that for February. Wolf, I know it's going to be Pacific Drive, and then probably for me to play Sucker for Love. Sucker for Love, the new Sucker for Love, that is. 2. I guess that's what it's called, maybe. Friend wants me to get in Shrouded. I don't think I've seen too much on that one, but it sounds familiar. I don't know why I can't think about it. Yeah, I already told you, The Banisher of the Ghosts of Eden is probably the one I'm most excited for, followed by Pacific Drive. Like, this one's one I'm also super excited for, but we'll see. Palworld on Epic as well. I don't know if it's on Epic. So BT Maverick, I don't know if Palworld is on Epic Games, but it's the Unreal Engine, and so they have there's a cost. It costs. We can look it up, but it costs around 5 to 10% of your revenue. I believe it's 5% revenue when you use their platform after you hit 1 million sales. You know, Epic Games is cashing in. This is a multi-million-dollar game for them too now, unless there was like some weird agreement with Epic Games and Palworld, which I doubt it. I wouldn't be surprised. Xbox, and I bet you Epic are eyeing this dev over to potentially purchase them. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure they're kind of like, Cascader Palworld had an emergency meeting with Epic due to PlayFab server capacity being reached on Saturday. Yep. Which is right here. Palworld is so big it had to call emergency meeting with Epic Games. Palworld is already so big that the servers from Epic Games can't take it, but Pocket Pair is already rolling out a massive fix for it, which is crazy. The nice thing about, and it's probably open source too, so, well, it's not open source. You can modify the source code of the engine and also, I believe, of the servers and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had access to all that and fixed it. Yeah, so a couple years ago, Epic Games wanted to get more involved in the matchmaking and all the different services that come with live games that Steam and Xbox and PlayStation already do. And so they have their own service. It's actually what I'll probably end up using for my games, but my games are not big games. They're going to be more co-op style games. So, yeah. Concurrent hit over 700,000, which is freaking nuts. And it's hit more than that now. So, Epic they're all hands on deck right now over at Epic and making sure everything works and working with Palworld on this. It's crazy. We had an emergency meeting with Epic Games team and had them add an update to the Epic Games backend at short notice. We have confirmed that this has resolved the connectivity errors and issues when hosting co-op games on Xbox. It was probably something super simple, and they just weren't expecting to ever hit that, or not hit that concurrent stuff so soon with the service being out. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. And Palworld is currently the top-selling game on Steam and second only to Counter-Strike 2, the most played. Yeah, we've already looked at all of this. It's just interesting that Epic Games is the backbone for this game's servers, but not surprised, honestly. Not surprised at all. And this is a good stress test for Epic Games services. So, just wait till Palworld gets an in-store game. They'll all do it. Probably, Jason. Phasmophobia is also having a full release and roadmap of updates. Yes, in the next few weeks, it's going to be coming out with the official full game, which is awesome. It's a good game. I'm glad that they're doing that and still working on it. Watching you on my Legion Go, the screen is just massive. Nice, Nerdified. I'm glad you're liking it. Honestly, it's a great device. It wasn't for me, at least at this point in time. BT Maverick, my top 2 indie games are Skate Story and Replaced. Skate Story. I'll have to give it a try. Stay Lifted? What's up? I hope Microsoft buys them out. Why do you hope that they buy them out? That's an interesting one. Is a Japan company, U.S. company, can't buy them if it is. Are you sure about that? I think there's ways around that, but you could be right. It is a Japanese company, though. Cool. So last week when you talked about the rabbit thing, everywhere I looked, I can't find info on local security. If this thing is tied to your accounts and it's voice activated, can anyone talk to it? I don't know. Cool, sir. I haven't looked into the security. It's not out yet. It is attached to your accounts, but that's cloud-based. So it's local and also cloud-based. The accounts are activated through the cloud, which there's ways that they could probably do it through the device, but I think that'd require more, probably more resources than the little guy can handle. Jason, MSI Claw looks like it's worth replacing Steam Deck with. Not really, per se. We can go over that a little bit here in a second when I talk about the ONEXPLAYER X1. High Tech Low Life has some hates to be he's the guy that we all hate. Well, you'll have to do another podcast episode with me, High Tech, and talk about something like this. Always fun. But new Palworld news, this time concerning the Pokemon Company. It looks like this story might culminate in a climatic showdown. I'll DM you the link. Do it, High Tech. Which is your favorite Resident Evil? Nerdified. Which is my favorite Resident Evil? Dude, I love the question out of nowhere. And I love Resident Evil, so you're good. My favorite Resident Evil to play is probably Resident Evil 2, but my favorite Resident Evil is probably Resident Evil either 4, the remake, because it really capitalizes on everything, or Resident Evil 7. I really like the first-person horror aspect. I really think they killed it with that. So It depends on the mood I'm in, but Resident Evil 2, I've played that one multiple times. It's such an easy replayable game. See here. Let's see what this news high tech has for us. The Pokemon Company released a statement regarding Palworld. Inquiries regarding other companies' games. We have received many inquiries regarding another company's game released in January 2024. I love that. We've received many of inquiries regarding some other game that's out there that's just kind of not that big, and it's not a big deal, and it's kind of small, but we've heard it's compared to our game. We have not granted any permission for the use of Pokemon intellectual property or assets in that game. We intend to investigate and take appropriate measure to address any acts that infringe on intellectual property rights related to Pokemon. We will continue to cherish and nurture each and every Pokemon in its world and work to bring the world together through Pokemon in the future by suing the fuck out of them. And I don't normally swear on this stream. I apologize, but that's a very interesting statement. This statement was, wow, yeah. So Japan, it's the 25th right now in Japan, right? Or no, that's back. I don't know. But this is supposed to be coming out on the 25th, so tomorrow. Yeah, the kind of a petty way to do it, wouldn't you say, guys? Thanks for the heads up, High Tech Low Life. That is hilarious. That is a very petty way to do it. I don't think that's going to happen. I think if they thought it fully, because that they've been investigating since this came out, probably since they saw the trailers, this has been on the radar. There's no way this has not been on the radar for a long time now. So, no. I don't know why they're trying to make it sound like they're petty. They're like, this game we don't know about. We're gonna look into it. High Tech Low Life, I think they put out the statement because they've been getting a ton of really annoying emails from Pokemon fans. 100%. PlayStation, Nintendo, Pokemon fans, they're just dying that something else exists that's similar to what they love, and they have no time for themselves. Just go enjoy the Pokemon games. This doesn't hurt Pokemon in any way. That's the thing that really makes me mad about this type of stuff, is this does not hurt Pokemon. This doesn't hurt the company. The company can go and release an MMO and two that'd be similar, and people would just buy the hell out of it. So this is a petty thing. I think it's funny. I don't think a bare minimum, there could be bare minimum, because the game, I don't think itself will be able to be taken down. If they find too many similarities with some of the pals with Pokemon, they might be able to get them to remove those assets. But we'll see. They're going to probably do some analyzing and stuff, use some tools for analyzing models, but we'll see. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. But thank you for the news, High Tech. I think that's very interesting and very petty of them. Cool, sir. Can I use your rabbit to order a pizza or transfer money, or does it recognize voices and only respond to one person's voice? Cool, sir. If it doesn't, they're going to be voice recognition can be tokenized into with security, so they can make it so that it could only respond to your voice if they want. We'll see. But I think that's a great thing to call out, cool, sir. Next year, no one will pry my Steam Deck from hands for any other device except Steam Deck 2. Next year, hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man. You're purist. Love it. I've played the most for Resident Evil 5. Beat it multiple times with my ex. Resident Evil 5's, that's an interesting one. Resident Evil, at least it wasn't Resident Evil 6. Resident Evil 5 is good and fun, and it has the co-op's really fun. But man, Chris is beefy in that game. Let's see here. Nintendo already sending them ninjas. Yep, True Blue Magic Dude, and welcome. Let's see here. I think I read your statement, High Tech. Yeah, Chad. Right, just play Pokemon. Exactly. People get really upset that other people are having fun. It's really funny. The internet just proven that, like, if you're having fun, other people do not like that. Especially the really petty communities. Man, that was some BS. I was in the threshold of the door and then yonk. I know you're responding to someone else, but that response is hilarious. It's hurt level of Pokemon players, not all that didn't hit 2 million on Steam today. Wow. Necrosphere, I play my Pokemon modded ROMs on my RGXX, but really enjoying playing my Pokemon-like games on my Steam Deck. You're the problem, Necrosphere. They're coming for you. BT Maverick, this probably shows Nintendo how much money they're leaving on the table by not having games on Steam. Imagine how good a real Pokemon game would do on Steam. Honestly, if they actually invested decent money into games, in my opinion, I think a lot of Pokemon games are not fully thought out and really innovative. They could be making bank. And of course, they're already still making bank. They make so much money from selling Pokemon cards. Frick, I've bought tons of Pokemon cards over the past few months for my son. Raichi, I don't understand why many PS hardcore fans are angry. Xbox has a popular game not available on PlayStation next month. PlayStation is getting Foam Star. But is Foam Star going to be good? I don't think Foam Star is going to be good. But we'll see, Raichi. Well, I think they were a little upset about Starfield. And then when that became kind of a little bit like it was a good game, but a little bit of a bust of what it was going to be. They were like, okay, cool. Like, we don't have to be too mad. But if it would have been a banger hit, like, you know, the PlayStation fanboys would have just been all over that. It's just because people have their tribes. We're tribalistic. We're trying to evolve out of that, I think, in a little bit in our social evolution. And we just still like to be tribal, even though it doesn't make sense, honestly. We want to be tribal. And people chose PlayStation. People chose Xbox. I've chosen PC, but I still like and respect those other consoles. But I don't want to buy. I like having one system that I don't have to worry about. If the games or my next system is going to be compatible with my past games on Steam, it just works typically. So it's nice. Marvel vs. DC. It's Marvel vs. DC. Yes, cool, sir. Necrosphere, doesn't Nintendo know that if they release their next Pokemon game on other consoles and PC, they will easily make more of that than Palworld? But no, it's got to be Nintendo exclusive. Yeah, no, that's the thing. They're bitter. They're seeing this huge success of something that they could potentially have gotten, and they probably still will. And tons of their fans are emailing them saying, hey, why can't we get good stuff like this? Why do you make bad stuff for us? And that's what's happening, which is hilarious, kind of, you know. And so we're going to, it'll be interesting to see where this all leads. Brink, we were talking about when Neck got snatched by the giant and lethal company. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. Okay, I get what you're talking about now. That was hilarious. Loki. Sorry, my dog. He wants this. I don't own a Switch, so Splatoon clone on PS4 is go for me. Okay, Raichi. Yeah, if you want to play Splatoon and Foam Stars, go for it, Raichi. I, for one, cutesy games and stuff like that, like Harvest Moon I'll play, Palworld I'll play. I'm sure I'd enjoy Splatoon with my son, but I don't. There's so many other games I'd rather play than a Splatoon type game. Foam Star equals Splatoon clone. Will the hardcore Splatoon fans come at them like these Pokemon fans are attacking Palworld? Foam Stars is going to be a lackluster in my. I don't think Foam Star is going to be as big of a hit as Palworld. To be fair, I just don't think it will be. We'll see though. All leads to a lot Palworld clones. That's the thing. Every time there's I don't even think they're fully indie studio, but like it was $6-7 million game. Yes, dog. So I don't think it's going to. It's indie. It's like triple A or double A game almost with how much money that was put into it. There will be a lot of clones. Just be ready for it. There'll be a lot of clones. And Nintendo's going to be very upset with all the clones because there's going to be some clones that are just going to be like, Nintendo's just going to have to be like, well, we have to pay our lawyers more. We already pay them hundreds of millions of dollars, I'm sure. It's just like, just to watch to make sure no one's, so they can copyright. Triple Magic Dude, Nintendo is petty when it comes to their characters. The only reason Samus isn't in Fortnite is because they don't want Samus appearing on PlayStation or Xbox. Agreed. They are petty. It's very petty. It's very weird, and I think it doesn't show that they want to play kindly with others, honestly. And I think that's a very weird way to look when money's on the table. Yeah. Necrosphere, Brink, play the clip on stream. I don't have the clip right now unless someone else has it. Is this the clip?
There is a giant? I want to see.
No, he's gonna snatch you.
I think this is the clip.
Put you in his mouth.
Oh.
I can't hear it, though.
Hurry, 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 hurry.
Oh, I see him.
Oh my god!
I just hit his door.
Let's leave.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Hurry, 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 hurry.
We were almost there. I was closing the door.
Oh,
Why did the door not close?
Oh my god!
I just hit his door. I was hitting the door.
Let's leave.
Just like me, I'm cruel when it comes to that game. I'm just like, okay, we got to get out of here because if we all lose, we all lose. That was pretty good, Wolf. I didn't realize you created a clip of that. That is good. I like the sound effects too. That is so good. Okay, so back to where was I? Quilter, the reason Nintendo is the only company that sells console hardware for profit is so they cannot license out their games. No, they have tons of licensed games that they sell. Like a lot of their IP, like a lot of stuff that's on their console is their IP. So, yeah, they make a profit on their consoles, but they make a lot of money off games too, and their services. So, I don't see why it's not like having Samus in a game like what's it called? Sorry, I'm fighting this dog down here with my foot. Like Fortnite, it's not like you can play the Samus games on any other device. It's just the Samus character you can see for a certain amount of time, right? I think it's limited time or whatever. So, yeah. Well, Palworld chicken is a Harvest Moon chicken copy. I could believe that, Raichi. Cascoder loves Splatoon, so go Foam Stars. Cascoder, I don't know why you like Splatoon so much. Palworld is not the Pokemon killer, but it paves the road for the next phenomenon. It's different. It's not like it's a card game. Now, let's say if they're like, okay, well, we're successful. We're going to come out with a card game. We're going to come out with a TV show. Then it would be a Pokemon competitor, not killer. I don't think anything's going to kill Pokemon anytime soon. I just don't think I think it's a classic. It's already hit my generation, the Gen Z and Gen Alpha. So I don't know what to say. Like it's already in 3 generations. So it's kind of there, but there could be competitors still. It just won't be a killer. Cascoder, conservative Japanese company does conservative Japanese thing. This news and more at tonight at 11. Yeah, okay, well, hopefully the mindset changes over in Japan because their work ethic and a lot of other things is bonkers. And I say the work ethic is the most important thing is to seem like you're working really hard and waste your life away. If you take a nap at work, it means you worked so hard you have to sleep. And the thing is, sometimes you can get away with it being lazy, but typically you're at work a lot longer than you would be, like even in America. So, yeah, it's kind of a conservative thing. It's a weird mindset that they need to get out of in Japan. Japan has a really weird mindset when it comes to certain business items. Gabe Newell knows the money is on third-party software sales. Oh, Raichi, the money. Well, Gabe Newell, they do what they want to do. Valve does what they want to do. They're profit-seeking, but that's because it essentially, when they get profit, it indicates, oh, hey, the thing that we wanted to do, experiment with, and be cutting edge is doing the thing that we wanted to do. That's why they build video games. That's why they do everything else. And that's why they're skittish when it comes to releasing video games now, is that they don't want to lose the track. They want to work on things that they want to work on, and then also I don't think they want to flop. I think Half-Life 2 Episode 2 really scared them a lot. Like, a lot. Because that was the last time that they released, between that till Half-Life Alyx, that was the last time they released Half-Life content. Even though I've worked on it for years, I think they were really worried. Half-Life 2 Episode 2 really worried them. Ubisoft actually tried suing Shadow of Mordor when it first came out. Really? Even though it's licensed, can they even do that? I wish we could play more than 4 players on Lethal Company. You can with a mod, but the mod you have to have set up on everyone else's computer. Everyone knows Pokemon. Even grandmas know it's because its religious leader told them pocket monsters are demons. Oh my gosh. Raichi, that's brutal. And there's a lot of truth to that. I don't even, I could see a mega church doing that and just making bank off that. Cascutter, nobody said Palworld is going to kill Pokemon. Nobody's asking for it. Pokemon needs competition to kick them into gear, but Pokemon won't stop because of Palworld. 100%. And that's what you said, Cascutter. You said it was going to kill. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think anything's going to kill Pokemon, and I think the competition is going to kick them into gear, and I think we're going to get some good stuff from Pokemon now. Or some good Pokemon games and stuff. I really do. Like, they've been very complacent for a while now, and I think this is going to help. I think competition is good, especially in this case. U.S. companies are aiming for work as hard as you can or no money. Okay, let's not get into capitalistic hellscape of endgame capitalism, where I like capitalism, but where it's leading is not good. Japan's witnessing it, and America's witnessing it right now. Because, like, how businesses worked with pensions and stuff 50 years ago is different than it is now. Very different. People don't understand that. And that's enough politics, I guess. Semi-politics for me. Some people played with like 60 people. Yep, you can play with a ton of people on not Palworld, but Lethal Company. Stay lifted. Played Pokemon games a long time ago. I do like the cards though. A lot of the cards I have are worth a lot. Got most of the vintage cards. Dude, that's sick. Did anyone ever really play Pokemon? It was collectors. Like, dude, if I would have had the money back then, I would have been collecting Pokemon cards. But instead I bought video games. Because it was cool. My son loves collecting Pokemon cards. He has his little Pokédeck or whatever, like decks, or, a binder full of Pokemon. It's not, I know we're in Utah, or I'm in Utah, and we're not going to go back into politics, but he's got a binder full of Pokemon, and he loves it. I tried to play with him the other day. He did not like playing the game very much. It was very complicated, and he thought I was winning too much, and so even though we didn't even finish. And I was playing easy, too. Okay. Stay lifted. Imagine if Palworld makes physical cards. I could see in 5 years them doing something like that. There's no way they're going to risk stuff right now with that. And there, it looks like there's an earthquake in San Bernardino. Okay. Or Freddy Fazbear, or whatever you spell his name. Yeah. BT Maverick, Sony's new CEO was making it evident that they will be porting a lot more games to PC amongst other places. Speaking of Japanese company finally branching out. Agreed. PlayStation is heavily influenced, though. I think so, even more by America than even Nintendo. I think Nintendo has like Nintendo America is in. I used to live there. It's in Washington. So yeah, no, they still Nintendo has roots in America, but Sony's heavily influenced global brand. Nintendo is first and foremost Japan brand, and then world brand. Sony's just a full-on world brand, which is just interesting. Chad, something technical like that. I believe it was actually source code. What is? I've lost our conversation, Chad. Jason, is it sad you're talking about overworking ethics of a country, yet you enslave cute animals to work as slaves in Palworld? Yes, that does not completely go over my head. But the difference is you can kind of think of these animals as like cows, dogs. I don't pay my dog. My dog does a ton of stuff for me. Raises my blood pressure, barks at me a lot to fetch and go for a walk. I can't say the whole word. Yeah, he's staring at me now. He's staring at me. But yeah. So I definitely would say it is a little different. The capturing of the pals in this is a little different than true enslavement. But then you can capture humans and then do that. That's where I'm like, why did you add this? Like you were getting kind of close to cruelty with the animals, and then there's a bazooka in the game. Yeah, I'm really early on. But then you enslave humans. That's not a good call. Next year, I'd buy Palworld trading cards if they existed. Honestly, if they made it so that I could scan it for a one-time use and add it to my game, maybe. You'd have to give me some additional usage for it. Maybe I would. Necrosphere, I prefer the video game for Pokemon over collecting the cards because I can play with myself. That came out wrong. Oh my gosh, Necrosphere. Pokemon. Never got into the games too much. I went for like more hardy RPGs back then, like Legend of Dragoon and Final Fantasy VII were the games I was playing. Cascader, screw it. Greenlight the Palworld cards, merchandise, beach ball, towels, socks, CW live action drama series, and the first 3 theatrical movies go all in. If they're smart, they'll let it play out for a couple of years, and then they can go all in. If they try to do too much now, even though they have the money, They could fund all of what you just said, Cascader, in the next few months. They could fund every one of those projects themselves if they don't put too much more into development of this game. That's what's freaking crazy, is that a live action drama series, movies and all that stuff could be done for that amount of money. Because they'd have easily like $500 million plus and enough to make all that. Rachel, we can always enslave humans instead. True. Let's just say we become friends with our pals and the humans. It's not slavery. It's working together for the greater good. Now, just like all good friendships, it starts with you beating up the person or creature and then throwing balls at them and then, releasing them with their mind completely changed on whether they like you or not. Stay left to buy the cards too. Nice. Wow. I might. I feel like this looks like Splatoon or something like that. This looks like it's more of something. I don't know. Oh, and in Muta's video, he showed how Palworld got inspired by a fan-made Pokemon as well. Yeah, I'm sure it's heavily inspired by Pokemon. I'll have to watch Muta. I haven't watched Mutahar's stuff in a little bit. He was covering stuff that was just kind of boring for me, and so I haven't watched it. And then it doesn't recommend me in the feed, even though I go back and forth on watching his stuff. I like Mutahar stuff though, but he gets his like focus in areas where I'm like, I either don't agree with this, which is fine. I can watch people that I don't agree with, or it's just like, this is boring. Fun fact, ants go to war with other colonies and enslave their enemies. They do. It's true. It's true. It leaves a lot of space to expand the world lore. Raichi, that's the thing. They need to be careful right now in expanding the lore because a lot of the stuff's going to solidify the game for years. That the cat does look like a Pokemon, though, I will have to say. So far, I've been giving the Palworld Mon a gun. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm trying to keep up with your messages. You can breed pals to make new ones and migrate moves when they lay eggs. Freaking in the what? You can breed them? That sounds horrible. The creator has a breeding fetish. Sorry I said that, but that's it makes sense. You like Slime World? Is it Slime? What is it called? Slime Rancher. You can breed the different slimes and get different slimes. I love that part of it too. It's fun. Maybe I'm not gonna go further on that joke. Chad, I believe Ubisoft was claiming Shadow of Mordor stole some source code from Assassin's Creed somehow. They wanted the whole code for the game search and scan. That's right, dude. And that was like years after it came out, wasn't it? Dude, these companies are so brain broken. Jason, with AR glasses being a huge thing now, it would be wise if card companies implemented AR chips in the card to play online and offline with the card game. Dude, Jason, I think you came up with the best idea. Go pitch it to Palworld, guys. Like, if you could get in with them, like, hey, listen, guys, we know you're working on this thing. You have so much money. You're flush with it. You know, it would be a really good idea to accompany this game and bring in some additional revenue would be to make a card game that's AR based, be one of the first ones that do it. And so when you're playing it and the cards laid down, it will show the creature above it, right? And do some cool animations. That'd be really cool. I really like that. Good call out on the AR thing. I really want to see games start going that way. And I think doing a card-based game would be really cool. To be fair, though, you could probably create a mod or some type of AR game that would just analyze Pokemon cards when you lay them down and just do it. Because they could recognize and track that card, and even if they can't see it very well, it could still know that that's the card that has like a Pikachu on it or something. It'd be pretty cool. Chad, to see if there was even one duplicate line of code. That is not how code works, though. So Chad, with coding like that, they could have gotten the code and said, look, there's one line in here that's similar. It wouldn't have gone anywhere. One line, I can almost guarantee you almost no line of code, even if you copied it from another project, would be good enough to warrant a takedown or winning a lawsuit. Code is 90% of code is going to be very similar to other projects, depending on what, especially if it's a game. Amazon Prime, Palworld TV animated. Not Amazon Prime. Let's do a Netflix. Netflix knows how to do stuff. When it comes to animated shows, Netflix is one of the best ones out there that does it. The League of Legends show is really good. A lot of the shows that they've come out with are really good. Palworld Arena or Stadium? Yeah, that'd be Pokemon the Stadium or Arena, right? I think both those are games, right? That are Pokemon games. Stockholm Syndrome on your pals, BT Maverick. Well, you know what? In this world, oh my gosh, that thing's massive. Dude, I can ride a Pokemon with a freaking Gatling gun. Yeah, no, this game is the best game ever. I just need to get to end game. I didn't even know that until I saw that. That's awesome, actually. You should watch Mighty Keef's parody on the Discourse of Palworld. It's on point. Dude, share it. Triple Magic, dude. You should share it in this, the Discord server. That'd be awesome. Oh, there's over 1,800 combinations currently with the different Pokemon. The Palmons. So true. I saw that and it was hilarious. Ugh, I need to see it now. Okay, guys, I'm rushing through this. They added breeding in the Cult of the Lamb. Yeah, Wolf, of course they added breeding. You can't have a cult unless it's a sex cult. I'll have to. I haven't beaten Cult of the Lamb, dude. Susie beat Cult of the Lamb. I started Cult of the Lamb like 7 months before Susie did. No, maybe a year. A year before her. I have put 20, 30 hours into. I don't know. I think I'm pretty close to the end of it. She beat it in like 2 weeks. Curse Susie. There is this lady who makes software and using a headset. You can play games with your mind. Ooh, yeah, that I already play mind games enough as it is with other people, right, Wolf? Calling Wolf out. I like that idea too. I'd play that if it existed. Yu-Gi-Oh too. That's my ish. That's your ish, man. Nice. You have to use one piece of sin at the mating tent to gain access. Once you've exchanged some sin, you can pick 2 followers that you want to mate. You're talking about Cult of the Lamb, though? That's hilarious, Wolf. I'm glad you expanded on that. Okay, guys, time to commit sin. Get down and breed. That might be why they lost the damn idiots. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know why. Like when I saw that lawsuit a couple years ago, I was like, unless there's a huge chunk of it copied, they're not winning any lawsuit. Yeah, Jason, Dungeons and Dragons figures with an AR chips and maps to react would be another good use of glasses tech. Dude, honestly, I think as we get VR AR like hybrid devices, I think we're going to get a lot of real world AR, but we're also going to get a lot better VR. So it's just an evolutionary thing. It might take decades before we get truly good VR, but it takes time. That's why I support it. Raichi, Netflix is great for quality. Amazon is great in not caring about controversy. I agree with that, Raichi. You're right, Raichi, actually. Palworld might do better with Amazon because of the controversy, but I could see Netflix still like... I honestly, as this comes out, and let's say like Nintendo/Pokemon does not sue Palworld, then it's going to become more and more safe. As long as nothing comes out in the next probably 6 months, it's going to be a pretty safe IP, and I think Netflix could take it on. Unless there's like some agreement with Netflix makes that's like, yeah, we won't do that with Pokemon. BT Maverick, Arcane is supreme. It really is such a masterpiece. And the way they did it is it has digital and hand-drawn parts. That's why it takes 2 years to make it. Unreliable to cancel shows without rhyme nor reason. Are you talking about Quilts? Are you talking about Netflix? Yes, they do and they don't. It depends on the show. And some shows do need to be canceled. But I agree. I don't care. Like, I'd rather have a really good Palworld season 1 and have it be canceled than have like a half-assed Halo TV show that is 4 seasons long. Let's be fair. That's my take on it. Same thing. There's so many different shows I could mention where yes, they've been canceled, but at least they were good. Ooh, Just Wizard with a Gun is $19.99. Ooh, Wolf, I'd really want that game too. Let's see here. $5. Okay, BT Maverick, thank you for the donation. You are awesome. Skate Story and all the great content you're giving us. Yes, let's go look it up. I need to give you guys even more content. I really do. I need to get back into things. So I can talk about that stuff at the end like I always do. I don't want to be boring now. Okay. Which the end needs to come soon. Skate story. Ollie, kickflip, and grind your way through the ash and smoke of the underworld as you take... Wait, when does this come out? Okay. As you take... I thought you were playing this, BT Maverick. As you take on seemingly impossible quests, skate fast to destroy demons and save other tortured souls on your journey from a fragile beginner to a hardened skater. Okay. This is a really different take on, like, why can't they make sports games like this where they're like, we're going to actually try some new stuff with sports games instead of having it be like, here's FIFA 2024. We control copied, control C, control V'd. This looks really cool. This looks really cool. And yet you must... I mean, some of it's going to be a little cheesy, but it looks like a fun blast of endorphins to the brain, if I'm saying that right. Yeah. That's how I feel every time I fail. I just fall apart. At least the game's going to match my feelings. I'm going to save that. I'm not logged in. Yeah, I'm not logged in. So I'm going to save that right here. Oh, is it Devolver? Okay. Devolver is a really good indie studio publisher. Yeah. I think I've heard of Skate. I think BT Maverick, you've mentioned Skate Story, but I have not looked at it yet. Wizard with a Gun's also really good. At least it looked really good. It came out last year, and I think it did well enough, but it's an indie game. And it's by Devolver, I think. Isn't this by Devolver too? Yeah, the publisher's Devolver. Devolver does a lot of indie, or funds a lot, or does a lot of indie games. Is this good on the Steam Deck? I could see this being... Oh, it's playable. Why is it just playable? Entering some text requests manually invoking the on-screen... Dude, there's a lot of other things, the Steam Deck compatibility, I'd rather have them focus on than this. This doesn't bother me. As long as it's only like... If it's a couple times in the game, don't care. Some in-game text is small and maybe difficult to read. This is where the 8-inch Legion Go is going to rock this game. So this game is going to be really good on Legion Go. Okay, let's get back into things, guys. Damn, I wish I didn't have Cult of the Lamb yet, but I'll look into the Wizard with a Gun. Thanks. Yeah, next for both. So Cult of the Lamb is amazing. And I've heard really good things about Wizard with a Gun. Both great for the Steam Deck. Thank you, but you didn't need a super chat for that. Oh, you're welcome. That's a sick deal. Skate Story. Okay, thank you, Wolf, for throwing that Skate Story in there. Open world, a sports game when you fly and drive to your next match. Dude, Lomkey, honestly, okay. EA Sports. Give me a game where I get to be a professional athlete. And it's like Grand Theft Auto, but I don't have to break laws or anything. But like I could drive in between, fly, hook up with all the famous people, however you want to put it, and then also choose my roster. Get to choose all these other things. Make it more interesting so that I can actually be the athlete that I would want to be. I'd honestly basketball. I might play it as a football game. I'm not. I like basketball games, soccer sometimes football, yeah, but mainly basketball. Yeah, I'd probably play it. Honestly, give me something interesting enough, and I'd totally do it. Chalice, welcome. Nicholas for I love some skateboarding games. I love Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 on Steam. I played with my siblings on N64 back in the day. Same, but it was PlayStation, so I had, I think, more to it because the N64 had some limitations on it. I loved Tony Hawk 1 and 2, and the new one that came out that's on Steam is so good on... it's really good on the Steam Deck. It's even better on the Ally because I can turn down the TDP even lower than the Steam Deck and get the same frame rate as the Steam Deck and save battery. And the controls are better. The D-pad is really good on the Ally for me for Tony Hawk games. Honestly, the Ally Steam Deck's like my Persona 5 device, and the Ally is my Tony Hawk device. BT Maverick, of course, love to support my favorite podcasts. I believe they've developed all their own music for the game as well. Ooh, I do. Thanks, BT Maverick. I do like that they develop all the music too, and that's going to make me appreciate the music even more. When I'll catch on sometimes when I'm like, yeah, this is very custom music for this game, and appreciate it. But like, if I know going into it that it's like they took the time, they hired, or there's a passionate person on the team that made the music, then that makes me even more excited for the music in the game. Hellblade. Ooh, I still need to beat Hellblade Chalice, but $2.99 is not bad. I think someone said Gory should be coming this year, but it's still a TBA. Gory. What? It's Carnage. It's like Happy Tree Friends. Dude, why is it not loading? I think it's either my internet or the internet period is slowing down. Okay. We're going to be ending soonish, but I still have a couple of things I want to go through. This is not loading. It's not out yet. Oh, here we go. That's real. That's ray tracing right there. Interesting. Excited for that. Okay. This is an interesting one, though. Over 30% of games developers use generative AI, according to the survey. Are generative AI tools, ChatGPT, DALL-E, being used at your company or department? Yes, I use them. I don't, but some of my colleagues do. Here's the thing, though. I use generative AI, or I use AI to spitball ideas, to expand on some concepts, to do some certain things, but it's not the core of my stuff I do. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's not the core of what they do too. Cast Coder, so you want Tony Hawk Underground 3? Dude, I want all the undergrounds all the Tony Hawk Undergrounds. I want Tony Hawk Underground. I love the Tony Hawk Undergrounds because you could customize your character, and it was a little bit more of a story, right? You could walk around, talk to people, get I believe you could get quests and stuff like that, kind of. And they have one, I can't remember which Tony Hawk this was, but they had a haunted house that you could go into. And I loved it. Or it was like a creepy house that it was like kind of haunted inside. And as a kid or teenager or whatever I was, I loved it. I loved that type of stuff. Let's not talk about this. Maybe next time. Essentially, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is making the utterly bizarre decision to lock New Game Plus behind a $15 upgrade, which is, I'm probably not going to do New Game Plus with a game like this, but I heard it's got good reviews. It's getting like 9 out of 10s, but if I liked it enough, I'd probably pay, though. I'm part of the problem. This is just, honestly, this type of paywall is disgusting. Okay. Yeah, I have all the pop-ups. I get freaking. Have you ever gone to a website where the whole website is covered in ads and you're like, okay, give me some. All of them just makes me upset, and I'm not going to do anything with these. Hellblade. Yeah, Hellblade. Yeah, this came out in 2017. It's $2.99 right now. Okay, guys, this is verified on Steam Deck. It's really good, and it's a very beware. It is it is a very hard game at times. It deals with some mental illness, I believe. So just be aware of that. But beyond that, this is on my list of games I will probably be playing and beating this year. I have Shadow of Mordor I just beat, and then Shadow of War I'm playing, and then I plan on playing this year sometime. So great game in the sense of I've only heard good things from people that played it, and I plan on playing it. Okay. ONEXPLAYER X1. I just want to update this. We talked about it last week. It almost has an 11-inch screen on it. It has detachable controllers. It's essentially a tablet with detachable controllers. The controllers seem good enough. The tablet seems well enough. You can get a keyboard for it that seems like a netbook / this looks honestly like a Surface that's designed to play games, which is very intriguing for me. I really like the concept of this. I could use it with work, kind of like my GBD WinMax 2, but with these controllers right here, it's, even though I don't know if the controllers are going to be the best, it's much better than what the GBD WinMax 2. The GBD WinMax 2 controllers were not very good. But I love the concept of this. Yeah, it looks like Sony handheld thingy, but it runs games. Yeah, and it's a little thicker. It's essentially like a Surface. Think about it as a Surface, a little bit thicker Surface that can play games fairly well. It's got the, and it's interesting. I would have liked to see what AMDG. I don't normally want two different options. I usually want them to choose one until I know what the Intel Ultra 155H can do. I don't know if I trust it enough to say, yeah, I'll buy this. If this was AMD and it was priced a little lower, I'd totally buy it. It's got 352 backers which is just ridiculous. That is 445,000. Is this off of another? I don't know if it's off another one, but I am tired of these Chinese companies using Indiegogo as their sales platform, and they're I hate it. I hate them using this, but this is where we're at. They use this as their sales platform, but yeah, $500,000. This released yesterday. The campaign released yesterday, and it has gotten $500,000, which is very promising, actually. The options are, are they already out? No, they're not out of it. Okay. The one I would get personally, that's so expensive. Oh, okay, I wouldn't get it. They're just saying that they'll give you the 2 terabyte one for $1,000. I think the 1 terabyte is $1,100 to $1,000. So we'll have to look though. It ships in March. Oh, it comes out in 2 months. Damn. And it comes with a bundle too. Maybe that's why we're everything. So it comes with the keyboard, case, controllers, screen protector, and the back protector. It looks like. It is $1,000. It's a lot of money, but if you want a premium device that you can use as a computer too, and will play, like, I'm not gonna lie. If I have to, like, isn't the perfect gaming device on the go for me, but I'd be really tempted to make it work. It's just to store it, you pretty much have to take it all apart, and then to take it out and play it, you have to put it back together. And sometimes when I play games quickly, like, I want to pick it up as quickly as possible because I'll play a 10, 15, maybe 30-minute session between doing some stuff. Like here, that's what I use my Steam Deck for. This might not work out for me, so I don't know. Or that's if I'm on the go, I'd have to put it together a lot. I don't know. I'm really tempted. If I can get this in time for some of my trips, I'll test it on the trips along with the Steam Deck. But that 11-inch screen is going to be, I love the concept of that. I don't think this is going to be a Steam Deck killer. I will say, as opposed to the Claw, the MSI Claw, it's so much more, but this is actually interesting to me. The Claw doesn't have 32 gigs of RAM, or honestly, it's going to be a little better than the ROG Ally, and that's it. We'll see how much though when it comes out. But yeah, the cheapest one might be sold out actually, but $859 is, I think, what the cheapest one is right now, this pack, but it's for the Ultra 5, which has a couple of less cores. And it's, 1 terabyte, 16 gigs. It's not the one I would get. 32 gigs of RAM though. This is the one I would get, and it's going to be 180. Okay. So it's 1,000. This is the one I'd potentially get, is this one, or, I'll get to the comments here in a sec, guys. Not a lot of people are buying with the eGPU. Oh, right here. Okay. This eGPU is also pretty spicy. I would totally get the eGPU one. Oh, they have them all right here. The eGPU is also a tempting one, but that's so much money, and I'd rather pay people than buy this. But it's on my radar. And maybe one day, maybe I'll talk them into it. I don't know. I have yet to do that with a company, partially because I don't email them. But I'd love to try something out like this. These are pretty good. Or this is pretty interesting for me. Once again, it's not beating the Steam Deck 2. It's not beating the ROG Ally. It's might not even beat the Legion Go, and the software, I don't know at ONEXPLAYER software. That's another thing. I'd like to get a hold of it and try their software, but after Legion Go, software's a big deal for me now. Software's a really big deal for me when I'm going to tell you if a device is good or not. The Legion Go was frustrating enough for me. Fingerprint unlocking, and it's also got facial recognition. It's got a 65-watt battery, which is interesting. That's like 20 watts more than what the ROG Ally, but that screen's much bigger, so I don't know if it's going to be much better on battery. What is that? Is that a Wi-Fi? Or is that for a headset? Weird. Yeah, let's get to One X console. Here's what it is. Maybe I should see if I can download it and kind of install it on one of my devices. Maybe it'll let me. Okay, guys, what did I miss? Next, playing with its headphones. Yes, the PlayStation Portal. This looks really cool, but it looks like the black OS Portal, PlayStation Portal. This is what will cost you your firstborn child. I mean, it's not. It's $1,000. Let's be fair. If you're going to be buying, like, let's say, well, ROG Allies are much cheaper now, especially you can get them used and discounts and all that. But if you're buying a new device like the MSI Claw, I think that's what, $700-800. This is only a couple $100 more. So if you can get this, so like with an eGPU, like this whole setup right here is a pretty solid portable gaming PC that you can do everything with pretty much. Would I spend $1,700 or $2,000 on this? No. I think I'd upgrade my PC, and my PC is not bad right now. Lomkey, I won't buy handhelds unless I can buy parts for it. Like my Steam Deck fan went poof on me, so I had to order a new one without trouble. 100%. I agree with you on that, Lomkey. Because I do this for the channel, and I'm specifically do this type of stuff, I'm willing, and when I say I want to get it or I want to look into it, it's because I'm my curiosity. I want to test it. I want to do a video on it, not because this is my ultimate device that I think is going to be the Steam Deck. I can already tell you right now, this is not going to be a Steam Deck killer. I don't think there's anything that's going to be a Steam Deck killer for a while. This year could prove to have some, the MSI Claw, let's say, could do really well. We'll see. But battery life is still a little bit of a problem with these newer APUs. Next year, same. I mounted the hell out of my LCD 64 gigabyte Steam Deck and won't give device that I can't repair myself. Yeah, I agree with that. That's the thing is, I like what ONEXPLAYER does. I like they're the ones that created the first of these types of devices with a removable controller. You've done a lot of firsts. It's just I don't know if I trust them. I don't like they don't look quite. They're not quite as spiffy as Aya Neo, and they're not as they're better than GBD. I'm not gonna lie. I like my GBD One Max too, but that company does not have good style. The Nintendo DS is the most portable console. I agree. Us humans are so lazy. Put it all together, it's 3 pieces. Yeah, it is. But the thing is, I have a resistance. Like the more I have, like it's a baked potato. Some people like baked potatoes. I don't want to assemble my dinner after I cook my dinner. Especially if someone else is cooking a baked potato, or they're like, we're going to have baked potato bar. I'm like, cool. I get to assemble my food before I eat it. And I like cooking, but it's just the taste of a baked potato is not quite there for me unless you make it like there's some combos that work. But I don't want to assemble my food after I cooked it. Just It's just me. Baked potatoes, no go. Same thing with this. Yes, I'm lazy when it comes to that. Software support is my main concern with Chinese PC handheld companies. Agreed, Necrosphere. To display, one with your game, the other with the desktop menu. Yes. Right, but I have fully disassembled my deck for the full shell swap, so I'm confident I can easily do it again if something breaks. 100% Necrosphere. Same thing. Do you think it would beat the MSI Claw? It's the same specs as the MSI Claw. It's not going to beat it in cells, but I will say I follow these Indiegogo fundings. $500,000 is not bad, actually, for the second day. This is the second day it's been out. We'll see if it climbs from there. And with only 352 backers, that's really low. It's only like 352 people, but that's like so much money from 300. I don't, it's crazy. Yeah, they have their promotion. They have a lot going on with it. My opinion is I'd rather have this than the Claw. The Claw is going to have better support and we'll see. It could even have a better chance of having better. It just has the leg up of being a better device because it's coming from MSI. But ONEXPLAYER has been doing this for a while. It's just without the global network of the shipping network that ASUS, MSI, Lenovo has. Like these Chinese companies, unless they make some really good deals, are just not going to be able to compete on the same level. My personal opinion on that. Raichi, I dislike AMD APU on laptop. They give you GTX 1650 performance on their 12 to 16 core CPU, but give you GT 7030 performance on their quad core. Yeah, it's interesting. AMD laptops, I hope will change soon. Lumkey, yeah, I learned over time what to do right. Necrosphere, there is such a thing as too big for public use, especially if people are hesitant to play the Steam Deck due to the size, then they will be downright embarrassed with this thing. I'm going to go on a flight. I need to go fix that. In fact, I have to be done with the stream soon. I have to go fix a flight because I'm going to be going to a couple of places this year for work and also wedding. I'm going to have a lot of time. I would totally play this in an airplane. I'm also not one that's going to be like, look embarrassed playing this though. I'm going to own it. You guys got to own it, man. But at the same time, it's big. And do I have enough room for this? I don't know. Because I'm going to just do carry on. Hesitant to play the Steam Deck due to the size. We already read that. Epic Game comes out with a handheld. Oh, dude, Lomkey, Epic should come out with the handheld. I'd love it too. I doubt it will because the thing is, Valve has worked on hardware for years now. They've started out a while ago. Epic would have to acquire a company to do that, and they could. Well, we'll see. They could, but I doubt it. And it wouldn't allow the Steam store to be installed. I doubt they would go that route. You know how Epic is. No. Lomkey, Necrosphere, they would allow it. Necrosphere, I love baked potatoes with fixings. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, we'll do Wolf. I'm going to be recording some videos the next few days, as long as I'm not feeling fine or feeling bad. I'm just, yeah. Let's wrap this up. I'd totally smash this. I like this device, but budget says I can't right now. There's other things that we didn't cover, but that's okay because we got to end this. So, me and Susie are going to be doing a podcast soon, and I'm going to try to get some of the other people I've done them with, but I do want to find a good cadence with the podcast. The reason I haven't started it yet is because I have not felt fully 100% yet, and it's been a while. I'm going to go see an ENT next week, and then I'm going to be I'm also my D3. I went and got my vitamins checked. My D3 and my B12s are super low. Like I've been taking some D3 and B12s for a few weeks now, up to almost a month before taking this test, and my D3s were 21 when they need to be at least between 30 and 100. My levels. So this is personal talk right now a little bit, just so you guys know what my plan is, so that because I'm going to be making more content soon. So that was one of the reasons why I wasn't getting better partially. Yes, ear, nose, and throat doctor. Yes, Wolf. Thank you. And so my B12s are not below the threshold, but I have a genetic disorder where I don't metabolize B12s as well, so I need to do the methylated, which is much easier. I have vitamins that have them in it. I have a tincture of it. I'm taking it. It's helping. And so with hopefully good luck, the D3 and B12s are both fat soluble, so it's going to take a little bit. I mean, they get in my system. You know, they'll get into your system, but to get a really in your system for a while, you need to take it. Same with magnesium. All three of those were really low, and all three of those can affect a lot of different things and a lot of the symptoms I had. So as long as I take that stuff and I'm getting better, I'm going to fully commit back into it. And I've told you I don't want to fully commit, even though I am working on videos, and I've worked on some videos and I haven't released them. But I want to change that very soon. So as long as I'm feeling better, but I have tonsil issues right now, and so I'm going to go see that residual from my sickness probably. I'm going to go see the ENT next week. Once I'm all cleared and things are doing better, which it definitely feels like every day is just getting a little better, Lomkey, it kills your mood. Dude, both D3 and B12s, both mood killers and energy killers. That's why I've not done. Honestly, I wanted to go into this year just like pumping out tons of content because I was really sad. I'm also doing my game, but like I like doing YouTube. I like doing this stuff. It's easier for me to stream though because I can prepare to do some stuff, and it's just I don't have to rehearse. I don't have to stress about going back and editing and doing a lot of different things. I don't have to worry about that as much with this. Chatting with you guys also elevates my mood. It helps me. I love it. Same thing with Twitch. That's why I've been streaming Twitch more, is that it's easy for me in this state to do it. I don't want extra stress added to my body right now, but I do really like releasing videos that are just like, here's a 10-minute video on what I thought or on something cool or a tutorial. So I want to get back into that. And podcast will start back up. And podcast is going to be, I don't know. My biggest problem with the podcast is I want it to be everything. I want to interview, I want to interview game developers. I want to interview other content creators. I want to continue doing some stuff with Susie. There's content planned, but yeah. So that's kind of the plan. I do have both game content planned and also hardware content planned, and I also have once I get really knee deep into my prototype for my game, I will also be doing updates, but that will be most likely on the Brink channel. It could end up on Games Revealed if people are interested enough. And then, I have content planned. Thank you, Cascoder. Thank you, Wolf. And this is not be a pity party kind of thing. I just want to update you. Like, I should be doing more posts on updating about my health and all that. It's just a month or two ago, I was not in a good place to do content. I was just tired all the time. And so, yeah, and part of that was, it could be long COVID still too. COVID can drain your D3s, from my understanding, a lot. And I've also had D3 issues in the past, D3 and B12. And people don't tell me to go outside and touch grass enough. AK, get out in the sun. But yeah, I don't want skin cancer. So I avoid the sun a little bit. Yeah, glad you're feeling a little better every day. I hope you feel near 100% soon. Agreed, Wolf. Thank you. Lomkey, yeah, same. I like to do things, but you feel so like crap and not very in the mood, but you trying. Yeah, Lomkey, 100. Like, here's the thing. Streaming, not too stressful. But if I'm like, okay, there's some really interesting news, I need to make like a little script for it, or like a little bullet points, go through, record it, edit it, do all this stuff. Got to hurry up and get it out, and hopefully it does well. That takes a lot of work when I'm not feeling well. and I can go on and off not feeling well some days. Some of the medicine I also take also makes me a little nauseous, and if I feel nauseous, I don't like making content. Streaming, I can get by it by drinking some stuff, like some sodas might help. But I can watch TV. So if I play games, so I've been playing games, watching TV and stuff like that, it makes it easy for me to zone out. But if I'm trying to really concentrate on something, that doesn't help. Okay. Oh, dude, Lumpkey, that does suck about the B12 stuff. And it can really mess you up if you go too long with that stuff being low, too. You got to go eat yourself some steak. Okay. Or if you're vegan, which that B12 issue is a big thing with people with sleep. Or Lumpkey, I was falling asleep sitting down. Yeah. I was sleeping a lot more than I normally did, which was nice. I have not gotten as much sleep for the past few days, though, so I need to do that. With that being said, I'm going to end this. Thank you guys for the support. Everyone that's been supporting me this whole time, all you guys that have been on stream for the most part have been long-term supporters, been here to chat with me. I love it. You guys are my friends. I do think of that, and I like chatting with you about all the stuff in this format. I think it's really fun. Especially when you guys throw out so many weird things. I love it. I'm all about the weirdness, all about the different things. I'm all about whatever. You throw out things that I haven't looked into in a while, and I just really like this style of streaming. I probably will do a little bit of this too on Twitch one day, but I have so many games I want to play on Twitch that I've just been playing games. It's kind of like my way of like, okay, I can officially play this game if I play it on Twitch. So, see you guys over on Twitch. I'm not going to, for sure Friday, maybe tomorrow if I can sneak it, but I might take the kids to the Butterfly Museum. So, with that being said, I will catch you guys next time. Keep an eye on the Discord. We'll set up the PAL. Thank you, Coulter. Maybe I'll take you up. Maybe I'll brave up and go across the state line and do what you requested, Coulter. Yeah, not going to stream tonight, though, because I am going to go get some sleep. I actually need to correct a flight, but I need to get some sleep. But, yes, finish Control, and then I'll continue playing Palworld. We're going to get Wolf. I'll look into some servers tonight and ping you. But I was going to do it yesterday, and I just got caught up with it. Last night, I just wasn't feeling 100%, like something ate or something just didn't. I laid there and watched What We Do in the Shadows instead of just doing anything else. So, yeah. We'll look into the Palworld. Thank you, guys. Peace out. Later.